Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and this is take two. I got down to like almost to the end. I'd finished Saturdays, and it locked up on me, and I rebooted. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not even going to try and figure it out anymore. You know, if this happens again, I'm going to reboot a second time, and we'll try it all over again. But I've got the shifting perceptions video to do today, and I want to post it. Or video, or maybe just the first one. I don't know how many I'm going to have to do. I might be able to get it all done in one. I don't know though. The bind rune's up. If you got the newsletter, you know that. You can sign up for the newsletter anytime, It's over there on the side panel of the blog over at Stepping Aside at imsteppingaside.com. This is not up there yet. I will put that up though today and the write-up for it and link to that. I do include this and the esoteric influences though in the newsletter. So if you want that in your inbox, you can see it there. It also goes up on the blog. If you're a Patreon member, it goes up there, but it's a little more involved on that one because I'm giving also magical correspondences for each day along with it, and so you get a little bit more over there if you want to sign up over there. It's just $1 a month to do that. So you can do that. Otherwise, you can just wait and see it on the blog if you want to see it there. That's fine too. However you want to get it. Doesn't matter to me really. I just like to put it in a lot of different places for folks. So let's see what we have for Sunday, the 10th of January. The 10 is going to reduce to 1, so it's a 1 energy of new beginnings and wholeness and unity for today on Sunday. Othala is the rune for the day from the Elder Futhark, and you're talking sacred space, ancestral heritage, protection, possessions with that. Kata Draconis, the tail of the dragon, or the south node of the moon influence, an evil influence, the exit, the endings, lower kingdom, karma, termination. I don't see it really as an evil influence. I just think that I think that people have equated evil with karma, and I don't think that's true. So anyhow, that's just my opinion though. Let's see. The moon's in Sagittarius all day long, and there are no human design channels activated by transits today. So your talent and leadership skills may be called on today by others as one period ends and another begins. It may also be a day where you let go of perceptions and associations that no longer serve the common good. If recent events have demonstrated anything, it's that our security and peace matter, as does the protection of all that we hold dear. Last week's events were horrible, weren't they? Watching what happened there at the Capitol on Wednesday. That's just shameful. And I think we're going to be finding out from people going forward just how shameful it was when we find out who all was involved. Empathic awareness is strong on Sunday, and you may be drawn to the needs of others. Express compassion where you can, but be aware of how their emotions may be impacting your own perceptions. You intuitively understand the greater picture and the need to let go of that which no longer serves on Sunday. Challenge norms where possible, but respect the boundaries of others in the process. Your influence is dynamic and it motivates others toward a higher level of perception, especially when experiencing limitation. Delegate responsibility if in a leadership position and make use of past experience to inform the path forward. Before we go any further, I did this in my first attempt at this video today. Let me move my notes out of the way. I'm going to sit back here and I'm going to anchor my arm. Is Donald going to resign? Oh, no. Will the House impeach? Looks like it's starting to shift. Yeah, the House is going to impeach. Will the Senate convict? No. Will the next Senate after the inauguration and after they begin will they convict in the Senate? Oh, look at that. So all the perks then will be taken. Oh, one last thing. Will they vote to remove any after presidency perks? So no access to $1 million a year for plane travel, no access to the $200,000 a year pension, no access to the health care, no access to the ability to run again, none of that. That will all go away if that happens. Now, I view the pendulum as something that is reflecting the energies of the moment, so all of that can change. I do check it every day. It's been consistent since Wednesday, so we'll see. We'll see what transpires. I mean, he could up and resign, but I doubt that he's going to get pardoned by Pence after what he did. So I don't know. This just seems like, I mean, this is such an awful situation, isn't it? That we even have to be talking about stuff like this. But, this was kind of out there before 2016, the chaos that would ensue, and it has, and here we are. So I don't know. We come full circle, maybe? I don't know how we want to look at it. I think we don't have the full picture yet. So I think when we do, as we know more of things that have happened over the last 4 years, plus what's happened just in the recent month or so, where clearly this event was being planned, well, we're going to find out who was in the planning, who paid for it, all of it. So we'll see how things go as they go forward. But right now, as of this moment, that's what the pendulum is saying. So anyhow. Take it for how with a grain of salt, or with whatever strength you want to take it with. It doesn't matter to me. I find them interesting. I find just to see, okay, is this going to work out the way the pendulum says? And most of the time it does. Sometimes it doesn't. So it is what it is. It's just another divination tool. Anyway, Monday's the 11th, so we're talking master number 11 influence. So humanitarianism, awakening, enlightenment, illumination, all of that. Fehu is the rune for Monday, and so we're talking the sending rune. It represents wealth and cattle, growth and success. Vaya is the geomancy rune for the day on Monday, so a new path, direction, way, journey. It can also mean stuck in perceptions, though, and I think a lot of people are right now. The moon is in Sagittarius until 5:30 in the morning, when it shifts to Capricorn. So for Monday then, healing's on your mind on Monday, whether it's your own or the health, or own health, or the health of others, or healing relationships with others, or mind, body, spirit type of healing and alignment could also be involved there. A higher awareness is possible given the master number 11 energy. So allow your perceptions to shift while you set your sights on a new path. As the moon travels into Capricorn, your day takes a more structured focus. That said, you may also be drawn to spending time with others where you direct them in some sort of creative pursuit. Model behavior for others that expresses integrity, avoiding at all costs superficiality that manipulates or disrespects boundaries, your own and others. As others express a profound level of selfishness, use your influence to foster a higher path forward. And on the blog, and also in the newsletter, also on the Patreon version of this, which includes some magical correspondences for each day, you're also going to find below each section there, each day, the aspects that are in play. Whether it's the moon conjunct Venus, moon trine Mars for Monday. There's some stelliums, which are power interactions. Also, there's a Thor's hammer aspect pattern active pretty much all week. Sometimes with 4 planets, sometimes with 3. But the bottom line is if you want to look at those things too, they're in another place. They won't be here, other than what I just said. So you can check that out over at the blog if you're not signed up for the newsletter, or if you're not a Patreon member, then you can check that out over on the blog and get some additional information about the esoteric influences if you're interested in that. It's available to you. The 12th is the day for Tuesday, so it's a 3 energy for Tuesday. Dagaz is the rune for the day. Means a new day. Endings, beginnings, daylight, awakening. It's really one period ending and another beginning with us in the center, right? With the human in the center of the whole thing. It's sort of like you're experiencing this like the twilight, the twilight or dawn or whatever, where you're in that moment of before full daylight and night is still present. You're in that moment, where daylight is coming. Let's see, Caput, or rather, is it Caput? Yeah, Caput Draconis is the geomancy rune for Tuesday. So the complement of Kata, So this is the north node of the moon influence, the head of the dragon instead of the tail. New beginnings, upper kingdom, and the future. It's a positive rune. It's not evil like its counterpart. But again, that's what geomancers of old say. I don't necessarily agree with that. So anyway, the moon is fully in Capricorn on Tuesday, and there's no channels in the human design chart activated by transits on Tuesday. So it appears as if you're on the threshold of new experiences on Tuesday, which you approach with optimism and faith. Pay attention to synchronicities as a new path unfolds. Let go of perceptions and behaviors that don't serve a higher path. Spend time with female friends or take a walk in nature to rebalance and recenter, especially if emotions have been in flux. Nurture relationships that value and preserve integrity and truth, and gather support from others toward a shared path. Use back channels to gain information if the path is unclear, while taking a pragmatic approach if security, your own and that of others, becomes an issue. Stand in your own power and reject the selfishness and indulgence of those who wish only harm. Right now, it's not just the virus we need to be cautious of. We need to be cautious of volatile emotions out in our immediate surroundings because they're there. All right. Whether or not they manifest in front of you, I don't know, but you need to be prepared if they do. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting notifications. I hate that, don't you? So, again, just be cautious. Be cautious this next week. Wednesday, the 13th of January, we have a 4 energy, so structure and foundation and material concerns. Birkenau is the rune for the day. Fertility, birth, family, protection, healing, and growth. Looks like a bee. It's the goddess rune. We have Pur, unstable energy, little boy energy, so lack of impulse control, risk-oriented and all that, but more playful, you know. Now, on Thursday, though, it increases to Rubeus, so that's the adult version, and that's the misuse of power rune, okay? Too much passion, too much ego, all right? But we'll see what that looks like on Thursday when we get to there. Capricorn until Aquarius at 8:44 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. The moon's going to shift to Aquarius then. No transits are activating human design channels on Wednesday. That actually comes into play on Friday, and we get a new one that day. Patience may be required on Wednesday, especially if you or those around you are experiencing intense or imbalanced emotions. However, you can't allow impulsivity to put yourself or others at risk, so be certain to approach situations in a manner that protects instead of harms. Again, that's a running theme throughout all of this week. Avoid intolerance and approach your interactions with others in a balanced and respectful manner, lest you find yourself on your own on Wednesday, if it's your mood that's a little bit out of control. If that should occur, set off on your own adventure and channel your excess energy into something more creative. Do your due diligence on Wednesday to discover the truth of the matter. Then, if need be, withdraw from external influence to come to terms with it all, particularly if you're feeling pressured by others. In other words, respect your own boundaries as well as those of others. Stand up for the truth, and others will likely follow you. On Thursday, the 14th, we have a 5 energy, and that's change. It's also protection. Think the pentagram for Friday. We're looking at Perthrow, the rune of fate, synchronicity, cause and effect. It also indicates birth. It's also the womb. If it's turned this way, this way is the cauldron. This way's birth, this way's death. But we're going to keep it this way today, or on Thursday. Rubeus, again, for Thursday, is the geomancy rune, so we see an increase in passion between Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And the moon is fully in Aquarius all day long on Thursday. So guard against the misuse of power or control on Thursday. If circumstances become sketchy, it may be up to you to understand what's at stake and make certain that all measures are taken so that you and others remain safe and protected. This is something where in when I used to teach Kempo, used to teach karate, one of the things that we would say to our students is watch your 6. Watch your 6 o'clock. In other words, pay attention to what's behind you. Be aware. There's more to your vision than just as what right here. You've got it over here, in the back. You've got above, below. You got everywhere you need to pay attention now, okay? Just be, in other words, be aware. When you're out and about, when you're not in the confines of your property, your home, what have you, be aware of everything going on. Let's see, with the moon now in Aquarius, an intellectual focus is preferred. So with that, you're talking awareness as well, okay? And again, be aware of your surroundings. Retreat to strategize and make necessary plans if necessary. If impulse control is lacking, realize it could cause more problems instead of finding needed solutions. So if you're feeling stressed and emotional, take responsibility for that and remove yourself so that you don't, if you feel like you're not going to be able to keep your mouth shut or something, you're going to want to do that for a while. Your influence, dedication, and vigilant approach resonates with others on Thursday. When ready, share what you've learned so that others know the direction forward. Again, a pragmatic approach may be the most realistic one, particularly if security and protection are an issue, because it's not just the virus now. Again, it's all this insurrection nonsense that's gone on. Friday the 15th, we have a 6 energy for that day. So we're talking higher self-influence, compassion, benevolence, shared path, shared direction. We have a 6 energy for the, I said that for the 6, I already said that. We have Ingus for the rune for the day, which is a sudden release of energy. Now, in some Elder Futhark runes sets, you can write it as a 2 X's, one on top of one another. Kind of resembles a DNA strand in that regard. It's the gardening rune. It means undeveloped potential, genetic inheritance, the seed. Tristitia is the geomancy rune for the day. Sadness, grief, sorrow, condemnation, protection, secretive behavior, holding grudges. So, potential for all kinds of things, including that. The moon is in Aquarius until it shifts to Pisces at 2:17 in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. And we finally get our one human design channel on the one day of the week, recognition, which is realizing that freedom is an illusion and we're always facing restriction. So it's this whole Jupiter-Saturn conjunction issue that we're dealing with, freedom versus restriction. I have the right to do whatever I want to do. Well, not at the expense of others, you don't. And we've lost that perception. We get stuck in the I want to do whatever I want to do, and then we commit sedition and insurrection and all of that, right? So, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So emotions may still be in flux on Friday and needing to settle given the events of last week. Guide others who are able to listen to your wise counsel, but leave the rest to their own inner process because they can't hear you anyway, all right? Not right now. New information may be revealed, resulting in a sudden shift or change, so be observant and above the fray. In other words, new information may come out on Friday. An intellectual focus in the morning shifts in the afternoon to one that is more emotional when the moon travels into sensitive Pisces. Express compassion to those in loss and or fear while you listen with an open heart and spirit, whether among family, friends, or co-workers. The channel of recognition is active today, Friday, suggesting that freedom is an illusion and that life is navigated through limitation. Sometimes it feels like we're navigating through mud, right? But with that counsel in mind, remain self-disciplined to maximize success on Friday. Gather support from others, but don't sacrifice your integrity in the process. Step back if circumstances become risky. A higher goal is in sight, and self-restraint will be required to achieve a successful outcome. It's not going to be through insurrection, folks, not even remotely. Saturday, the 16th of January, we have a 7 energy, so balance, bringing everything to a still point and letting everything settle out. Gebo is the rune for the day. That's balanced energy exchange with others, a gift, partnership, reciprocity, which is a true gift these days, marriage. Laetitia is the geomancy rune for the day, so it's imaginative, intuitive, joyful, means good fortune. And the moon is fully in Pisces for Saturday. So emotion, compassion, and all of that. And no human design channels are activated by transits on Saturday. React less and observe more on Saturday, letting circumstances or emotions settle before making any decisions. When you're ready, be certain that any decisions made reflect both the greater picture and a spiritual solution. Engage socially with others, but be certain to take all safety precautions when you do so. If discomfort or drama arises, you may discover that words fail and your stress increases. Understand that you're a sensitive soul and accept that not everyone understands how you feel. Guard against lashing out if that happens, and instead keep your own counsel. Balancing freedom with restriction will be the running theme for all going forward, and you may feel like becoming reclusive in the process. Choose your battles wisely, particularly with respect to your own security and protection. There will always be potential derived from limitation, so take that higher path as you set the example for others to do the same. So that pretty much sums it up for the week. Choose your battles. Don't engage with a bunch of nonsense. We're not at that point yet where a conversation can probably even be had. Tempers are rising, passions are rising, things are still in flux. We still have to get through the inauguration, and we don't know what's going to happen. Arrests are being made, and maybe that's enough to make people wake up. I don't know. I doubt it. I really do. I think the momentum for this energy is way too strong right now. It's too palpable, and so we need to be careful. And so engage with people that you can and let go of those that you can't, at least for now, okay? And stay safe, stay protected. Wear a mask if you're out and around anyone at all, whether you're inside or out. And we'll talk again tomorrow for somewhat daily tarot and rune and see what the cards and the runes have to say for tomorrow. And look for the Shifting Perceptions video to go up here soon. I'm going to do that today. And we'll see how that turns out. And if I need to redo it a few times, I will. But we'll see how that goes. And be good to yourself. Be good to one another. And blessed be.